Hello and welcome to the Crimson Stitchery, a video channel about making all things beautiful and useful. My name is Anushka and you can find me elsewhere online as The Crimson Stitchery, and as always, links for this video can be found in the down bar here on YouTube. So hello and happy new year. How are you doing? Please drop me a comment, let me know how you're doing and how things have been for you from December into January. This episode is going to be a little bit different, it's going to be a little bit shorter because I'm simply dropping in to check in with you guys and share with you my plans for 2022, knitting plans specifically and plans for the Crimson Stitchery in general. So I'm just sitting here with the dregs of a honey lemon, what was a hot honey lemon with fennel seeds as well. So that's good for that antibacterial cleansing and digestive properties because very unfortunately December was completely lost due to COVID. First I had side effects from having my vaccine booster, but unfortunately I wasn't spared from catching COVID. I still caught it despite having had 3 doses of the vaccine. I had it mildly, you know, I wasn't hospitalized, nothing like that. It was just a very, very unpleasant viral infection that has proven to take quite a long time to get over. And I'm definitely still not 100%. I'm not back at work this week, but I wanted just to drop in and check in with you guys because I have lots to talk about, and yeah, I love chatting with you guys. So I do have another video that I filmed before about creative habits and sort of my approach to New Year's resolution. I will put a link for that on screen now here, as well as in the down bar here on YouTube as normal. And honestly, I was ill, as I mentioned, all of December. I was just out for the count. Today's actually the first day that I have tested negative. So the UK reduced their required isolation period to 7 days. They said if you tested negative on days 6 and 7, you didn't have to isolate, but I did not test negative, so I've continued just to be at home and just to be ill basically. But today's the first day that I have tested negative, not positive for COVID. And regular viewers will know that 2021 wasn't the best for me, and you know, the effects of 2020 basically just carried on through 2021, and through that I have decided that it's just not really any point making too many plans at all, because I had so many plans last year and they just didn't work out because of things happening, including bad health at multiple times throughout the year. So yeah, that was that. I'm sorry if this comes across as very negative. It's funny, like, talking about positive and negative, that like this negativity is not a good thing, but like the negative result of the COVID test is a really good thing. It's just wordplay. But yeah, I guess without getting into too many details, I've noticed quite a few other people saying that about 2021, other podcasts that I watch, other kind of people that write, you know, journalists, content creators and all of that. And sometimes it's just really helpful to know that you're not alone and that you're not going crazy, and that it's just perfectly valid to feel this way, because we're actually going into the 3rd year of a global pandemic. And I think that the media and certainly the UK government have just been trying to brush that under the rug like the whole time, as if it wasn't the big deal that it really is. So I don't know about you, you know, let me know how you're going to be approaching 2022. I've had a lot of comments about Stashless, the Stashless year. This is something that I started at the beginning of 2020, before we went into all of the lockdowns, and you know, when everyone was still thinking that the pandemic like might not come to the UK, or it might just last 2 weeks. Anyway, so I started the Stashless year a couple of years ago. I have a playlist of various videos of de-stashing and rolling around in yarn. I'll link to that there if you haven't seen it, if you're a newer viewer. And I've had lots of people contact me and ask me about, you know, will I do more Stashless videos? How will it go? And all of this kind of thing. And if you are looking at, you know, de-stashing, or just thinking about if you've watched my Stashless videos and you like my approach, which is about changing your mindset towards materials and possessions and our craft that we enjoy, knitting and crochet, then yeah, there's those videos there. So people have reached out to me and said, you know, they want to do it for 2022, or, you know, they didn't think they wanted to do it before, but now they do. And am I going to be making content about that? The short answer is not right now. But if you head over to either our Discord server on Patreon or our Ravelry group, and the Ravelry one is free, obviously with Patreon, you have to subscribe, which greatly helps the channel. There are others in our community, other Crimson Stitchers who are taking part in the Stashless year under my under the umbrellas of my online community groups, which is totally fabulous. And I love the fact that people are just going for it and just doing it on your own. Like, you don't need me to hover around you and moderate. And I would like to give a shout out to our wonderful Ravelry group moderator, who's a frequent viewer and a long time, you know, supporter, who is Frances. So thank you so much for moderating that and like cheering everyone on. And thank you so much to all of my viewers, commenters and participants in the group. Like, sometimes I can't make sometimes it's the same people, I think. I can't make the connection between people's usernames across like Instagram, Ravelry, YouTube, email, Discord. You know, it gets a bit confusing, but sometimes I feel like there's people that I have spoken to a lot, and sometimes that I've never spoken to, that are just like getting stuck in. So please don't be shy, because people are really, really nice, and we are in a very fortunate position to have such lively, kind, but like honest, but genuinely supportive people in this community, where, you know, you don't have to agree on everything, and people are quite happy to agree to disagree as well, which I love. I think that's part of the discussion which I've been trying to foster through the Crimson Stitchery too. So if you want to take part in Stashless year, if you want to have some community support, do head over to Ravelry or to our Discord server, and you will find other people who will keep you company and who will help you out. But in terms of me, so just on that note, I'm not going to be filming any Stashless content at the moment. So even though I'm not going to be making specific videos about the Stashless year, at least not this month, I just had to hop down and show you my yarn basket, because as you can see, I've still got quite a lot of stash to knit through, and these are just all of the sock yarns, not that one, but all of the sock yarns that I've got. I've got 2 sets that are like full sets, 100 grams of sock yarn, and the rest is like a lot of leftovers and bits and bobs that is just still way too much. So I'm gonna be putting my thinking cap on and just trying to reduce all of that stock yarn, the stock of sock yarn, because that definitely needs to get done. So alongside the kind of designing and stuff that I will be doing, I will definitely be looking at reducing my stash further, because it is still too much. My big aim for 2022 is to finish the projects that I started in 2021 and that just got waylaid when things didn't work out as planned. And they are projects that I am very excited about, and that I think are really great projects, and that includes a lot of designing. In 2021, I released 3 original designs under the Crimson Stitchery. So I had the Oregano Socks, Salvia hat, and Hawthorn Tincture Shawl. And believe you me, there are more. There are a lot more designs that I started. Some of them I finished the sample. Some of them the sample is like half done because it's big and it had to be unravelled and redone and all this. Some of them the patterns are written. Some of them patterns are half written in tech editing. Like, there's so much going on, and I just, you know, I basically started too many things. So this is definitely an aim for the new year, which is to tie up projects before I move on much more. I think it's normal for people with creative practices like me, being a designer, and also being self-employed, right? You've got to have a lot of plates spinning at once, and it's something that can become very difficult to manage. And I think I need to manage that by just, you know, scaling back slightly. You need to have many projects going on at once, because like things because, you know, you kind of need to like layer things around each other, but there's just too many unfinished projects. So I've got so many designs, including some designs that are going to be released in January, so more towards the mid-end of the month. So that is something to be looking forward to because they are really fun. And also I have them in test knitting. The test knitters did amazing work with them. They were going to be released in December, but for various reasons it's become delayed. So that means that that's something to look forward to in January. And there's just more designs in general to come out, and yeah, I really need to finish what I started. So there's the design side of the Crimson Stitchery, and then the other thing that I started last year but just didn't manage to quite get it off the ground is to create more content for people who are beginners. Because we have a real mix actually of people at the Crimson Stitchery. We have people that like have contacted me that were like, oh, you know, I learned to knit 2 months ago, found you, joined your Patreon, like got fully involved, and I think that's amazing. So there's people that are like are brand new and that just like go all in on the content, and then there's people that have been knitting their whole life, like for decades, multiple decades. But I've just come to realise that it is really useful for people to have this focused content for beginners, because I have a lot of tutorials already on the Crimson Stitchery, but they are very much around the intermediate end. And, you know, I just think it would be helpful to have a focused, you know, way of transmitting knowledge and my lessons and you know, my skills on video for people that are also at the more beginner end of the spectrum. I'm never going to be the kind of person that is like, you know, only explaining like the most simple things, nor am I going to be the kind of person like the tutorial channels that like basically knit through like a how to knit book on video. Like I'm not going to be like that. I'm still going to be like me. I'm still going to be chatty and like just like, you know, throwing in lots of gems of wisdom or gems in the rough maybe. But yeah, so that's another thing that I will be doing. You may notice that some things are slightly different visually, and that is because thanks so much to everybody who has supported the Crimson Stitchery over 2021, I upgraded all of my filming equipment. So I got a new camera, a new lens, a new tripod stand that is an articulated arm, so it can like go over and film a surface for a tutorial much better, unlike just a tripod stand, right, where it's just up. So I've got a tripod that goes like across like that. I got the new mics that I got about 6 months ago or so. I told you about that before. What else have I got? I think I've got something else as well. Oh, I upgraded the video editing software, which just allows me to just do things more quickly and efficiently. Yeah, just all kinds of upgrades have happened, and I'm excited about how that just allows me to just make the content and not get too held back by the technical side. So yeah, thank you so much to that. And even if you like, you know, join the Patreon like just for 1 month and then you had to leave, you know, because people send me these messages, or if you haven't joined but you are a loyal commenter and sharer, you know, or even if you just like press the thumbs up button down below, it all helps, because making content on social media, like it's you know, social media is like a slot machine, not just for the users but also for people that make the content. So it's kind of like anything that you can do to try and get out into the algorithm is only going to help you, and just even the small actions, you know, they help as well, because they just help for, you know, growing the channel and bringing more wonderful people in, because as I said before, like just my audience, you guys, you're just the best. And so I'm laughing because we got the new camera and we decided to do an unboxing video. So me and Mr. Tech Support, who is the other 50% of the Crimson Stitchery, the other half, he really is. And like, you know, we just did it because we were like, oh well, we've got the camera, let's do an unboxing, you know, let's just see. Like, we'd been watching so many tech reviews that we were like, oh, let's just do one as well. I've got a YouTube channel, you know, let's just put it up. And being a camera review, it obviously attracted quite a different audience to my normal wonderful knitters, and it attracted some weirdos, let's just leave it at that. Like, I've been deleting a lot of comments, which I never normally have to do, so that's just by the by. All right, so just looking at my notebook, Chartreuse Green, one of my weirdly one of my favorite colors. I don't know what it is about this green, it just draws me to it. I have a lot of favorite colors: red, just teal, chartreuse, just everything. In and around all of that, obviously my big project for 2022 is to finish drafting my PhD thesis. I hate it. It has to be done. I'm making quite good progress. Last term I drafted 2 chapters, so I've got 2 more chapters that I have not written. One is the conclusion, so I can't really do that for anytime soon. So then basically I only have to do 1 chapter completely from scratch, and then I can start rewriting the whole thing. So this time next year I would love to be filming like my 2023 goals and being like, my thesis is with the sub-editor looking for grammatical errors, and my viva is in 2 months. You know, I just really like to just put it to bed, because, you know, I applied to do my PhD in 2016, and I am taking like the median amount of time to do the PhD. Like, I'm not doing it in 3.5 years, which is what people that don't have any hobbies or other YouTube channels would do. Nor am I going to be doing it in like 8 to 10 years. You know, I'm going to be like a happy medium of like 6 years. Anyway, so yeah, it's not 3.5 years and it's not 10 years. It's going to be about 6 years. I've had, you know, it's just what it is. So yeah. That's the main thing. So I'll be popping up again on YouTube here and there. I can't promise any kind of regular content upload. I think it will probably be that when I make some content, there'll be like little bursts of it here and there, and then it will go quiet again. I think that's just what it is. And that's life. That's what I'm gonna do essentially. So make sure that you are subscribed to the Crimson Stitchery and hit the bell for notifications if you don't want to miss any videos. Also, do make sure that you subscribe to my newsletter, because it's something that I really enjoy writing and sending out, and I do hear back from readers that you enjoy reading my prose as well, because I talk about, you know, things I'm planning for the Crimson Stitchery, things that I'm up to, kind of give you a bit more of a timely update about what's going on. And I also, you know, write reflective prose about what's going on and share favourites and recommendations. So the link for that will be below. And now I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and just let me know how things are panning out for you in 2022. And is there anything that you're looking forward to? Because yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to, as I said, finishing the projects that I started, because I do believe in them, including my thesis. So that's everything from me today. As I said, drop me a comment, let me know how you are, and take care of yourself. And please, please, please let this be the year that COVID is put to bed. Am I being naive? Probably. Time to put myself to bed.